It feels kind of weird, man, being out here and everything, because this is kind of basically where it all started, This is where the lifestyle really began. Me coming out here doing everything I was doing, pimping and getting money, smoking drugs, cars, being involved with the police, everything, man. I mean, at the time, it was a good, fun lifestyle, but it was also very dangerous, and it just kind of, basically goes back to me being involved with the wrong people, man, the wrong influences, and they just really told me and really influenced their lifestyles on me and got me to start thinking the way I was thinking and doing the things that I was doing. And they were telling me about how, man, we see you got a lot of girls, all these girls are always talking to you, they're picking you up in their cars, they're letting you drive their cars, they're taking you shopping, giving you money, and they're just like, man, you're doing all of this and it's cool, or whatever, but there's so much more that you could be doing. You can take the same energy and strategy that you use to get them to do that and flip it into something more lucrative. And I was like really interested in that. I wanted to know what they were talking about. This is what we do. We are gentlemen of leisure. That's what they called it. I was a little confused. I was like, gentlemen of leisure. Okay, I know what a gentleman is. A person who kind of opens the door for women. And leisure is basically leisure time, doing whatever you want to do, just living freely. And they're gentlemen of leisure, so they're gentlemen with a lot of leisure time. I mean, that's what I took it as. So I was like, okay, it sounded like I thought I was fit to get a good job or something. I'm looking for applications and stuff. So I started hanging out with them. Turns out these guys are really quote unquote pimps. At the time, I guess you could say I was just kind of weak-minded, man. I let them influence their ways and their actions on me. That's what led me to do what it was I was doing, coming out here, manipulating people, women, getting them to sell their bodies and giving me their profits. I mean, these guys had nice cars, Mercedes, BMWs, Chargers, Chryslers, houses, all types of stuff. The nicest clothes, all the women, jewelry. I mean, that was stuff that an 18-year-old guy, young man like I was, that's stuff that interested me at the time. Like, it was like, wow, I can get all of this, because I've always wanted to be successful, but I'm very impatient. I was very impatient. I still am a little today, but not as much as I was then. I have more self-control. But I was thinking like, hey, if I can do what they're doing, these guys are 23, 24 years old, and they're living better than some of these guys who are around like 40 or 50 years old. So I'm like, man, hey, this is something I can really get involved in. And ended up going to jail. I was looking at about 16 or 17 years in prison. At 19 years old, I was looking at about 16 or 17 years in prison. I'm very lucky and blessed to be out right now. I did 6 months. And after that, I got out of jail and I was just so mad at myself, like, man, how could I allow this to happen? The first month or two I was out, before I really had a chance to really step back into that lifestyle, I was speaking with my probation officer and he told me, like, man, you don't have a job, you don't have your license, your GED, nothing. Look, hey, there's this place I heard about. I don't know if it's any good or not, but why don't you just go over there and check it out, see what they have to offer. And I was like, man, I don't want to go any place. I thought he was trying to send me some sort of like program or something. So I came over here to Turner the Heart Center. And it's like, man, once I came to Turner the Heart Center, it's like everything turned around. Not immediately. At first, it was like a real nuisance. Like, I didn't want to be here. All these people were so nice and polite and just, it was like, wow, they don't know me. If they really knew me, they probably wouldn't be this way towards me. They probably would judge me. They really just showed this sense of urgency to try to help me and help me to change and better myself. And everyone else that I've ever been involved with like that, like a social worker or a teacher or, counselor or something, they never really showed that drive like they wanted to help me. It was more like, oh, well, yeah, okay, you need help? Okay, well, here, just do this and you'll be all right. But here they were like, well, what do you need to do? What do you want to do? What can we do to help you? I mean, even after work hours are over, people taking their own personal time to take me to job interviews, take me to see my probation, coming with me, giving me advice, just really putting themselves in a position of like a family member, really, like, really showing that they cared as if they were really my blood family. And that right there is what turned me on to this place. Like, how can everyone here be like that? Everyone they like really cared about me, really wanted to help me. So I was like, man, you know, I'm trying to be a part of this. Whatever it is, I'm trying to be a part of it, because this is something that I feel that's inside me, deep down inside, but they're helping me to bring it out, and I like it. It's weird, but I like it, and I really want to explore it. And ever since I've been here, it's just tremendously changed my life. I've been involved in running and now assisting community service, helping out kids, you know, giving them constructive things to do with their time, and at the same time doing a little bit of youth mentoring, relating to the youth, letting them know some of the barriers that I faced in my life and ways that I overcame it, and really inspiring them on things that they can do to overcome their own barriers, different routes they can take, and just really having an open mind, not putting themselves in this box of the statistic that there is in the world that, oh, well, this is what you did and this is who you are forever. No, this is who you were, this is what you did at that time, and who you are now and who you want to be in the future is going to determine on, you know, what kind of person you really are, you know. And that's something that I learned here. It's like, it's not what happened to you before, it's what you're going to do now. You know, it's not the actions that you made in the past and the actions that were made towards you in the past, it's your reaction. What are you going to do now?